Hello and welcome back to the UNICAD channel. Today I would like to introduce you to some details of the body. We had talked about body materials in another video, and today it's more going into details. Principally, it's not rocket science to assemble 6 panels to build a box. But to make it a reliable shelter for you, to make it an expedition body, it needs proper entrance door, proper storage doors, proper windows, roof hatches, ventilation openings. And we will talk about that today. All openings we cut into the panels for the entrance door, storage doors, windows and so on. We fill with a fiberglass profile, which does not give a cold bridge, which is the same material, so there is no thermal stress, there is no corrosion. As you can see here on this body, all these frames are fully integrated and they are bonded. And as it's all the same material, bonding is no problem. It won't disintegrate ever. Now, what do we put into these frames? Okay, here we put windows, so let's talk about windows. So these are samples of the fiberglass frames, which we then fully integrate into the body wall. So you can see that the corners are reinforced. And on the hinge side, we have added a metal part to then put the threads in to use metric bolts to connect the hinges. So that's all handmade to size for individual for each vehicle. Windows are moving parts, so that's way more difficult than just building a frame into a box. And I would like to show you what it takes to build a UNICAD window. On this table we have pretty much all the parts we need. It starts with the outer frame for the window, which is also made out of fiberglass and which also has a lot of reinforcements, like these carbon parts, which we get water jet cutted. There is a brass reinforcement in the fiberglass frame to connect the hinge on the top side. And if you look at the hinge, you see that there is always an offset of the holes. And normally on a piano hinge, they are all in one line. But if they are all in one line, and this gets hard because there is sand and stuff in it, then the hinge will start bending. And this doesn't happen with our special hinges. But that also means that we have to drill every hole here individually. Then we have to make the thread, and then finally we can attach the hinge with metric bolts. So next special part is the window pane. This is 2 times safety glass with a distance in between for much better insulation. We built our windows so that you can go up to 5,000 meters or even more, if that's ever possible, with the vehicle without the window imploding or exploding. And for that, we have a ventilation built into the area inside, but this area needs to be kept totally dry, otherwise the window would become blind. Okay, now In some windows, you have some drying material in the frame, but if that's saturated, then you have to disassemble the whole window. You actually have to replace the whole glass and have to seal it again and so on. So it's a lot of work. And with using the vehicle in a lot of different climates and in very different altitudes, we would need a much bigger amount of drying material. And also we thought it's nice if this can be replaced or just dried out without disassembling everything. And so we came up with a system which is not easy to build, but we did it because we want to build a proper window. So on the inside, when the glass is in the fiberglass frame, we close it with that aluminum frame. The aluminum frame is totally on the inside of the vehicle, so it does not affect the insulation at all. But we can properly bolt it, and so the window is very strong. Now, in that frame, we have machined cutouts, and we have this, which is also the window handle, yeah. But actually, it's a big chamber for drying material, and it also comes with vents that prevent overpressure or too low pressure. Yeah? And this is attached to the window frame. So in case the drying material needs to be dried out or replaced, you can just disconnect this part, or you can even just take out the valves and blow dry air, hot air through the system. Yeah, pretty expensive material, pretty expensive work, a lot to do to assemble it, but that provides the quality we want to deliver to our customers. We have also designed our own locking and lifting system for the windows. I mean, that glass is quite heavy, so you need support when you want to open the windows. And we want to have a window that opens completely, like 80 or almost 90 degrees, without cutting the view in the window like it happens with other windows. So that's why we hinge them at the top and support them with gas springs left and right. All these parts are laser cut parts, machine parts, which we build and assemble here in-house, to make a high quality window. And this is only some parts. You can see it on the real window, how many more parts there are necessary to make that locking system and lifting system. Last but not least, of course, the windows and doors have to proper seal. There shouldn't come any sand or wind or anything inside, no matter what circumstances. And that needs a good sealing system. And as there is nothing in the market that's really good, we created our own seals many, many years back. And so it's a chamber and a lip. So it's a two-step seal, and it's inside, so it's not exposed to sunlight. It's not exposed to branches or anything that can destroy it from outside. So this is a proper way to do it, but as there was nothing available, we had to build it. We did not have to order thousands of meters to get it done at all. We had to pay for the tooling, and we even have special tools to weld the corners. I mean, it's a material that welds together with heat, and you might know that the corners in a door or opening or window is always a critical part. So we have a welding machine where we put the parts inside, we heat it up, and then we weld it together. So that's the proper way to do it, like it's done in the big industry. We do it the same way. It costs money, but it pays out. We use the same building principles we are using for the windows, also for the doors and storage openings. They have also fiberglass frames. They have carbon reinforcements. They have the same type of seals. And the main difference is that the core on a door is the material from the body. So it's a 60 millimeter fiberglass panel that is the main part of the door. And of course, the locking system is completely different. Of course, if you have different temperatures inside and outside, then the warmer inside panel will be longer than the outside panel, and that will mean that the door will bend like that. That's physics, we can't change that. But we can have a locking system that takes care of that and straightens the door when you lock it. And that's what we have. But such locking systems are not available in the market, especially not in the quality and strengths we want to have it. So we had to create our own locking system. And that is fully integrated here into the door panel. There is a handle inside. This is the locking cylinder. And we even have the switches for the foldable steps and for the mosquito net integrated into the door panel. So it's easy accessible from outside. Now, let's talk about this locking system. I mean, what you can buy for super secure house doors is something like this. So there is a lock here, there's a lock in the center, there's a lock here. But look at the size and dimension. So we feel this is not strong enough. So now this is what we designed. So this is coming out, and then it's pulling tight. And by coming out and pulling tight, we straighten the door in case there is a huge temperature difference between inside and outside. But all these parts are machined for us, and we assemble it here and provide you, I think, the best lock in the industry. So here we have an example of a storage door, which is built very similar to an entrance door. But it's top hinged, so it needs a gas spring to keep it up and not to compromise the storage area and get problems, whatever kind. We even integrate the gas spring into the area of the panel so it doesn't stick into the storage area. Same seals, same type of hinges, same 60 millimeter fiberglass panel. The locking system is as strong as a door lock, and here is an example what's built into this storage door, and it also pushes out on the sides and tightens the door, and even has another lock in the center. So it's a super strong and super safe locking system.